James, you talk the talk, do you walk the walk? Oh man, do I walk the walk. The question is, will you walk the walk? Well, I'm saving your economy here. You have to do it. You have to deliver it. I've delivered it to you in writing. You have to take it from there. Dig it. Participating locals, $31 billion, as we discussed before. First 4 years, still continuing. This is pie number 10. One pie. But now we're going to show them jobs. Participating local general funds. We want to keep this at a local level. And the Patriotic Adult Labor Services. There's going to be 20% of that 25% comes out to $6,276,562,500. Administration. I don't want to hear it. We're going to have the auditors up your butts at all times. 1%. 1%. If you can't, do a little for your man, especially when you're inside government already, then you don't belong in there. $62,765,625 nationwide annually. It's a little over $1 million a state. 99% of that money shall go to real use. $6,213,796,875. And we're just touching the tip of the iceberg. So here's what we're going to do with this little money right here. That 99%, 50% of that, $3,106,898,437.50 goes to entry-level positions up to $14 per hour. Catch that, up to. And these are matching wage funds. A local company gives a call. I don't care if it's Boeing in the Seattle case or Starbucks. I don't care who it is. They pick up the phone, they call pals and say, look, we want to take advantage of your program. We want to match some wages. We'll pay the health care, the wealth care. If it's a union job, they'll pay that. We'll pay up to $7 out of that 14. That creates no less than, mind you, the minimum is $10 an hour. It will go up to 14. So we created here nationwide a minimum of 213,385 plus entry-level positions that are full-time, that actually have a somewhat livable wage, as they would call it, definitely more than the national minimum wage, and it comes with bennies. And that's what happens when you put the money with the private sector, but you give the private sector to actually invest, not just give them the money and hope that they'll hire somebody. No, they got to hire somebody if they want part of our money. So at any rate, 30% goes to that apprentice level. These were entry level up here, people with GEDs, high school diplomas, but no formal training whatsoever. The apprenticeship people are people with associate degrees or less. LPNs would be included in this class. We pay our share. So if the employer pays $18 an hour, we'll pay 9 of it. They pay 9, we pay 9. We've talked about this before. There's $1,864,139,662.50 into that little pot right there, and that's just plain pretty. It creates another 99,580 jobs plus nationwide, because the 18 is the max in that category. But this category will go as low as 14. So anything above 14, like $14.01 per hour, up to 18 an hour. So this would come in at $18.01 an hour, which is the next one, the professional class. Journey level, 20%, $1,242,759,375. People with the journeyman level, a bachelor's, RNs, these people up to 25. We'll pay 12.5 of that 25. Once again, the employer pays the medical, the dental, any union wages, you name it, the employer pays all that. So we're looking at 47,798 plus new jobs. This can't be saving a current employee, by the way. This is not about saving a current employee. This is about creating a new job. You can't just call me up and say, well, I got 50 employees, I'm going to lay off 40 if you don't give me matching wages. Well, you better lay them off and let them be laid off for 6 months, because these people are people where their benefits have ran out, or benefits ran out at the highest priority. Second highest priority would be people whose benefits are about to run out, and so on. The seniority, how long have you been on unemployment? This particular sector of this budget, it stays in place so long as Congress doesn't mess it up, literally for the whole 100-year term of the project. So if you were to add a couple of zeros to that, your 100-year term, you'd be coming out at 36 million jobs over 100 years. In the meantime, we're still coming out at 360,763 plus jobs, many of them full career positions. Many of them definitely, some people are happy being at that level. They don't want to go to that level. And many of them, well, the vast majority, entry level, getting you in the door, getting you paid, getting some money in your pockets so you can pay your bills. Now let's hit this real quick. Discretionary spending, 10%. It comes out, this is going to the local general fund, county executive, the town mayor, the burgermeister, whoever's in charge of the local community. And once again, using trickle up. If the money doesn't come from your community, you don't see it. It comes to the money. It goes to the guys whose money the money came from. So it comes down to about $62,765.62 average. I do believe that's a 5 at any rate. You get the idea. So the money is trickling up, people. And you've got some of your jobs on the way. Many more to come. Okay, let's do it. This is the ending of it here on section F here for participating locals. Participating local school districts and TOPS will take 10% of that budget, $3,138,281,250 every year. This is perpetual. 100 years, so long as Congress doesn't screw it up. 1% will go to administration. You bet we're watching this. And this money, people, this remaining 99%, $3,106,898,437.50, is going directly to the principals of the schools every year. Here's the deal, teachers, you deserve to have bad kids in your classrooms right now because you acquiesce to the mental health industry. Now it's time for you to go with James for real change, to kick them people out of there, and let's teach our kids through encouragement once again, not discouragement. Now dig this, teachers. We're going to empower the teachers here. We are going to so empower you. You're going to love this one. The kids, you have the power. If they screw up in the halls, in the bathroom, in the classroom, on the school bus, waiting for the school bus, to kick them out of school. And you actually have a place to send them, which we'll talk about in TOTS. In the meantime, you need encouragement. You can't just use the threat all the time. You have to give them a promise, something that's good for them. Now, we've put them through practical life skills class. Let's put some money in their pocket. This is the Congratulate Yourself Award, also known as the SIA. At the end of the year, all high school graduates, I don't care if you've got a D minus, or an A plus, I don't care. If you graduate, you showed the effort, you stuck it out, you stayed in school. Kids, are you listening to this? You get paid. You get your fair share of this thing. And when I mean fair share, I mean it at a national level in this case. So, let's say, for example, 1 million kids graduated this year. 1 million. That means each kid would score, based on this minimum number up here, $3,106.90 just for graduating. And if they put their practical life skills together, far out. Now, remember, divided by 0.375 because we're just way sandbagging. You guys could actually, teachers, you've got technically an $8,285.06 check up over the kids' head every year. Stay school. Cool. Quit messing up. Quit messing up. We're going to get those kids on drugs out of your classrooms. And I'm talking about mental health drugs. I'm talking about that kid that throws a 45-minute fit in the hall. We're getting them out of your classrooms, in part by getting the drugs out of the schools. Not just marijuana. We're getting all of the drugs out of the school. We're coming down hard. We have empowered the teachers. And teachers, I don't empower you. You empower yourselves by embracing this. That by embracing this, you are going to find that these kids love you. They love you so much. They're figuring out ways they can spend that money when they graduate. And by the way, the principals will be handing it out in a form or a check. Basically, the idea is you call up the kids on stage, you not only hand their diploma, you hand them a Congratulate Yourself Award check or a SIA check. SIA. Look at that. The kids are 18. They got enough money to go out and either go to college or get a place and get out of the house. Move into their van. Something. Teachers, you have been empowered by yourselves. You must empower yourselves if you want this.